W Connections jumped into third place on the TT Pro League standings following a 2-0 win over strugglers EC Port of Spain. But as we hear from Ruskin Mark, the Savanata boys made life difficult for themselves with a series of missed chances which kept their opponents.
Connections could have buried their opponents early but found ways to waste some great openings. AC Port of Spain, though, almost broke through early, but a fine reflex save by Denzel Smith in goal for Connections kept it out. Connections started to turn the screws with some intricate passing that spread open the AC Port of Spain defense time and again, but they somehow found ways to not score, with the keeper coming up big on several occasions. AC Port of Spain was gifted this chance, and they quickly had a shot on the way that reminded Connections of the dangers they can pose. But those were sporadic at best, as Connections continued to plow forward, and even though they weren't hitting the target, they certainly carved open the opponent's defense with consummate ease. But pressure, they say, can bust pipe, and eventually Connections' persistence paid off, with the post playing a big part in the opener. But Isaiah Hudson won't care. He gave his team the 1-0 lead. Then they almost tacked on a second just before the interval, but once again the keeper did well to keep it at 1-0 Connections at the break. AC Port of Spain tried to lift themselves early in the second half and fired the first real shot in anger after the break. But Connections had an immediate reply, and once again the movement was exquisite from Connections except for the finishing, and Benjamin again the guilty party. Then Michael Gordon redeemed himself with a wonderful finish, taking his chance well to double Connections' lead at 2-0 now. They had another slew of chances to pad that lead and improve their goal differential, but found ways to fritter away great chances. It didn't matter, as they walked off 2-0 winners when they could so easily have scored a bag full of goals on this night, but it takes them up to third behind Rangers and the leaders, the Defence Force. Ruskin Mark, TDT Sports.